The New York Jets' new quarterback is potentially the worst quarterback in the history of the NFL. And it is just a miracle that he has made it to the NFL, let alone stay in the NFL for 6 years at this point. So why is it a miracle? So there are generally two kind of types of quarterbacks you see make it to the NFL. One is someone at a Power 5 school who plays decent or, at least respectable against good competition. The NFL sees what it likes and it drafts you. The second option is they go to a small school, maybe even an FCS school, and they absolutely kill it. Like they're breaking records and everything. Then there's Tim Boyle, who did neither. His first 3 years of college, he went to UConn, which is a very low-level college football team. Not quite FCS, but very bad. They've even considered dropping it. In these 3 years, he was never the starter, unless maybe an injury for a game or two. He threw 1 touchdown and 13 interceptions. So 1 to 13 ratio. Then you have to think, did he transfer and explode? Sort of. He transferred to Eastern Kentucky, which is an FCS school, so he went at a level lower, and he was the starting quarterback for the whole year. He threw 11 touchdowns and 13 interceptions. So quite a lot better. But still, how do you get drafted into the NFL if you throw more interceptions than touchdowns in a full season at the FCS level? Now, if you don't know about FCS, here are some of the opponents he would play against. Murray State, Tennessee State, UT Martin, Eastern Illinois, Austin Peay. Do any of these sound like real football schools? No. And to make things worse, did he at least win a lot of games? No. He went 4-7 at Eastern Kentucky. And did he set any school records? Also, no. So the last reason why he could get into the NFL is if his measurables are just crazy. Like he's really tall, he has an amazing arm, he's fast. No, none of that. He's 6'3", which is, average height for a quarterback. He ran about a 4.840, which is about average for quarterback. And just kind of everything. Nothing was very impressive at his pro day, and he wasn't invited to a combine. Because why would you invite this guy to the combine if he was so bad in college? So because of all these things, he didn't actually end up getting drafted. He signed on to the Packers as a undrafted free agent. And then the team liked him, so he stayed on the team for a few years. And on the Packers, he was always the second or third string quarterback, so he never really ended up playing, except in complete garbage time. Then in 2021, the Detroit Lions signed him. They're like, hey, it's a Packers quarterback, we'll take him, maybe he's good. So now in the first year with the Lions, there were some injuries to the quarterbacks, and he actually ends up playing. So it's his 4th year in the NFL. He actually starts some games, and it was bad. It was very bad. About as bad as you would expect from someone who threw 26 interceptions and 12 touchdowns in college, playing at a low level. So in his 3 games that he started for the Lions, he threw 3 total touchdowns and 6 interceptions, and he fumbled it once. There are some highlights here, but not too many because they just kept on either punting or turning the ball over. But, his performance didn't exactly impress the Lions, so he didn't get to start any more games. He was put on their practice squad in 2022, and then the Bears signed him off of it. Don't know why, but he ended up playing in 1 game, and he threw 8 passes and had 2 interceptions, no touchdowns. And in his game at Chicago, he had a passer rating of 4.7. So, once again, how is he still in the NFL? I don't know. But one fun fact about Tim Boyle is, if you do the math, 2 years after he plays in a game for your team, the team will go 8-2 because he played for the Packers in 2019, and then in 2021, the Packers went 8-2 to start the year off. He played for the Lions in 2021, and now in 2023, they are 8-2. So, fun fact, and next year, statistically, the Bears will be 8-2. But back to the video. And then, this year, 2023, the New York Jets say, hey, you know what? That's our guy. So then last week, he gets some more playing time with the Jets, his new homeland. And they're like, we got rid of Zach Wilson. It can't get any worse, right? And he threw it 14 times for 33 yards, averaging 2.4 yards per pass. And if you don't know, that's pitiful. And he had 1 interception. So he hasn't gotten any better. I don't care how bad Zach Wilson is. Tim Boyle is worse. But with all this trash talk on him, I do want to give him a lot of credit. Like, just as a man, staying in the NFL, making $7.5 million, when in your NFL career you have thrown 3 touchdowns and had 9 interceptions. How do you manage to just stay in the NFL? Truly a miracle. One thing that I have heard about Tim Boyle is that the starting quarterbacks like having Tim Boyle in the locker room because he's good at breaking down film. So he helps improve the starter a little bit. But if he has to go out there, the game's over. You might as well give up. So, but who knows? Maybe in his 6th year in the NFL, after being bad the past 11 years, including college and pros, maybe this is his year. Like, you never know. The one thing I just don't understand is how Tim Boyle beat out Trevor Siemian to be the new starting quarterback. Like, I get the Jets had to make a change, but Siemian has proven to be much better than Tim Boyle. Because, as you've seen in this video, Tim Boyle is one of the worst quarterbacks to ever make it in the NFL. So if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking, subscribing, commenting, and I'll see you later.